All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday, March 24th, 2023. This is the Lang Trading Chat Room. As always, it's going to go something like this. I'm going to start off with a review of the market. We're going to look at the SPY and the Qs, determine which way we think the markets are going to head today. After that, I'll review the favorites list on the right-hand side here. We got long ideas in green. We got short ideas in red. As always, make sure you guys are practicing proper money management. Make sure you guys have a trading plan and you are following that trading plan. It's a challenging business. You're not going to get rich quick. You're not going to earn while you learn. You got to do it the right way. Start off with really small risks, like $5 to $10 per trade, and then gradually increase risk as you get more consistent. All right, and with that, let's get going on the markets, guys. So we got a little bit of a gap down today, about 0.5% on the SPY, gapping into a little bit of support here. You can see on this 15-minute chart, I think it does the best job of showing it. Right into this junk at like 390. We've got a lot of junk at 390 right here. So if we get below that area, I'm definitely leaning bearish, easy room down to about 388. But I think we're going to chop around for a little bit between like 390 to 395, kind of where we just chopped around at the end of the day yesterday. I think we get a little bit more of that before we pick a direction today. So I'm leaning towards the bearish side, but I'm not quite sold on it just yet. I want to see a little more confirmation. I want to see some move down below that 390 area. And the Qs are a little bit stronger as well. It's another reason I'm not super sold on the bearish side just yet. Qs are gapping down to 1/3%, with a little bit of support right here in that 306 area. So a little more bullish on the Qs, but still leaning towards the bearish side. So keep an open mind for both sides of the market. We got some good some good long ideas. We got some good short ideas. So we're going to be watching all of them here this morning. This first idea right here, ATVI, gapping up. It looks extended because you can't really see it on the daily, but gapping up only 6.5%, so a pretty reasonable gap. Should have room up to this gap right up here at $87. So got some good range there, good gap, good volume. So definitely keeping an eye on this ATVI early. Next one on the list is Intel, INTC. So this one's gapping down a little bit actually, but over this 29.17 area, I really like it. Putting in a daily buy setup. Should have room to at least $30, if not a little bit more. So keep an eye on this one. Why is it not popping up there? There we go. Keep an eye on this one over that $29 area. Next up is Facebook, showing some relative strength to the market. The market's gapping down. This thing is gapping up. It is the only fat man stock gapping up. So we always like to see relative strength on those fat man stocks, and this one is showing us that. So over high today, I like it. Keep an eye on the Facebook. Next up, AAL, American Airlines. This one was gapping down a little bit more when I first had it on the list, so I do want to see it get under these pivots before I'm interested. Should have room down to about 12.20 or so, so quite a bit of void on this. Keep an eye on it under those pivots at like 13.50. Next up on the short side is BAC. Pretty nice continuation from yesterday. It is 2 days down, so expect maybe a little bit of rest, but that's not real extended just yet. So, it has copious room to drop too. So definitely keep an eye on the BAC. Citigroup, pretty much same thing, banking sector, so they're going to look pretty similar. So we're going to be looking for relative strength between those two. And the market is open, guys. So as always, make sure you guys are practicing that proper money management. You're not getting rushed in any trades or anything like that. So, keep going through this list for you guys real fast. So next one, Halliburton, gapping under these pivots, a lot of room to drop. A lot of the oil stocks were gapping down this morning, so keep an eye on this one. Yeah, from what I saw, it had the best gap between all the oil stocks, so keep an eye on that. Next up is Peloton. This one's Didn't have a whole lot of volume in the pre-market, but I thought it was a pretty nice gap. It's been trending down, has some room to drop lower, so I thought it was worth the watch on Peloton there. Netflix, super strong stock yesterday. Kind of just ripped and chopped around all day, so gonna be waiting for this one. I really don't want it to go too much higher right off the open. I'd like it to just kind of chop around and give us an entry, maybe like 324 ish, and then we'll look to get into that long up to about 329, 330. And then last but not least on this short list or long list is gold over 1850. I like it. A lot of room to run. That's pretty much it. So got a void up there. Maybe a little bit of a hiccup at like 1870 or so, but for all intents and purposes, we should see 19 if it gets over that 1850 area. So that is the list. We got PM. We got some news at 8:45 today. Yep. Yes, we do. So we're gonna be mindful of these this news right here. Thank you, Green and Gone. So be mindful of this news. This PMI at coming up in about 13 minutes. So probably not gonna be getting anything before then. But we will be watching to see how that market plays out with that. So there is the list. There we go. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Man, what a bad trade on Baba yesterday. I'm going to get that out of the way before you guys say anything about it. That was not a good trade on Baba. Can't believe it. Went back to review like 5 minutes after and just, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? We're not doing that today, guys. We are not doing that today. We're taking good trades. We're going to listen to the market. We're not going to be getting into a long after the market's extended like that, man. That was rough. At least we only lost an R, so that wasn't the end of the world. You live and you learn, you know? Guys, I really like this Intel. I'm really liking Intel, especially the way it's trading right now. Markets are pulling in. So look for this relative strength on all the long ideas. Facebook's looking good. Facebook needs to get up to like 208 though. I need Facebook to get up to 208 before I'm interested in taking that. ATVI is just kind of chopping around here. But Intel is my favorite long idea. I really do like this thing over the 2917. This hourly chart looks really good. The 15-minute looks good. So I'm going to be watching that, no doubt. On the short side, AAL is looking good so far. Looking pretty solid. I'd probably like to see it get below this pre-market stuff right here, like 1340. BAC is kind of chopping around. Citigroup a little bit lower. HAL is moving up. Peloton, Netflix. Guys, Netflix is strong again. I want to keep an eye on this. It needs to rest, though. You see this 15 minutes already pretty extended from yesterday. So if we can get some sort of rest right at this 200 period moving average on the hourly chart right here, yeah, not a bad idea on Netflix. Definitely got the strength. Gold just peekabooed over that resistance and right back down. So not liking that a whole lot. Thanks for the follow, my man. Get you right back. There we go. All right. You're looking at BAC, Casey. How you doing this morning? Pretty fine morning. It's Friday. It's been a short week for me. Very, very quiet week, actually. I've only taken that one trade on Baba yesterday. I didn't take anything Wednesday with FOMC. I was out of town Monday, Tuesday, and now here we are on Friday looking to get a little bit of it back. So BAC, you're looking at this short 2650. So you're not in just yet, right? Oof, almost went for a penny from your entry. So yeah, the one thing about BAC is that if you liked it, you probably should have been in right here, like 2760 when it broke out of this little consolidation. Because now at 2650, you're already kind of a bar or so into the move. And your stop loss at 29.70. So your stop loss is in the right area. You're giving it the room that it needs to. So that's good. And it does have the room all the way down to 21.50. Well, there's a little bit of support before that, like 23-ish. You might get caught up with this junk over here, but for the most part, it has room to drop. It's been weak, been very, very weak, so maybe a little bit extended on this weekly chart right here. But definitely got room to drop. One thing, like I said, you might have been getting in a little bit late here. I think the best entry right here is definitely 27.70 by could have got like a $2 stop there. So not a bad entry. Definitely the right trending the right way. So that's good. As ATVI, a little bit interesting here. What's the volume like? Crazy good volume. That's good. Has Intel as well. Intel's up in the area where we need it to be. It's showing relative strength. This is my top watch. Intel is my top watch right here. Keep an eye on it. Again, I don't want to be getting in anything before this news report at 8:45. So we are going to stay patient, but we're definitely watching Intel. Also, I need a little bit of rest here. This is 6 green bars up on the 15-minute chart. So we're going to need some sort of rest. We do have a little bit of a pivot up here at 29.30 as well. So Intel, it's not a textbook chart right now, but it's getting there. It's trying. Other than that, I don't see a whole lot else. I'm watching that Facebook over high of the day. It's already kind of gotten up there almost. AAL is putting in some bottoming tails. Citigroup doesn't look too bad lower, guys. I'm liking Citigroup lower. Like a 42.63. Actually, be low of the day by high of the day. So it'd be a 25-cent stop. And Citigroup looks pretty good, guys. Under this area of support right here. Pretty much room down to like $40, which we don't need all that room. So yeah, watch this Citigroup. Watch it. Again, not rushing into anything. We got some news coming out in a bit, so that may shake up the market a little. We will see how that works. Netflix still strong. Gold's pretty choppy here. So yeah, just staying patient. Not trying to set the world on fire. Let the trades come to us. I got you. Bitcoin and Coinbase. Coinbase is pretty much, yeah, this is like an inside day right now. So Coinbase is going to be kind of tough to trade for day trading purposes. Yeah, I mean, it's an inside day. It's got support below, like pretty good support below, pretty solid resistance above at $70. And you can see it's just kind of in this range, so not a whole lot to do with it for you there. Check out the Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's kind of up here, a little bit extended. It's still hanging out though. It's still just hanging out. I figured it'd pull back a little bit by now. I mean, which one of these Bitcoin charts has volume on it? There we go. See how it's kind of moving up, but there's not a lot of volume. So we'll see if it breaks out, but right now at the moment, I mean, it's holding this trend line pretty well, actually. It's holding that trend. Okay, why is it doing that? There we go. It's holding that trend line pretty well at the moment. So it just keeps trending higher. So I mean, if we break below this area, I think it was like the $27,000 area is what I was saying the other day, and we still haven't gotten above that. So over 30, over 29, it looks higher. Under 27, it looks lower. So right now, I'd probably be leaning towards the lower side just because it is a little bit extended. I mean, it's going to correct somewhere, either price It goes like this, comes back, or time where it's just going to consolidate a little bit more. But I think we do need a little bit more correction here on the Bitcoin. So we will see what happens there. Of course. You guys got anything else? Throw it up in the chat. These spies just chopping around right now. We're right at this support area from yesterday. Right at support in this 391 spot. So Meta is looking a little higher. I want to keep an eye on Meta and Intel. Markets are looking lower still, and the bias is short. The bias is short, and the markets are looking a little lower at the moment. So keep an eye out for some of these short ideas. AAL is not really looking too hot. It's kind of putting some bottoming tails. BAC doesn't look bad. BAC does not look bad at all. Citigroup's pretty weak, so watch that. Halliburton's moving up. Peloton's kind of chopping around, so watch these three short ideas right here: AAL, BAC, and Citigroup. AAL, BAC, Citigroup. You can keep an eye on ATVI over high of the day. I'm not a huge fan. This thing looks way more extended than it is. It looks like this is a really big gap, but it's only like 6%. So you can definitely watch that. Definitely has the range left on ATVI. Be like 85. I want to give it the 80-cent stop. Maybe you get away with a 50-cent stop. Keep an eye on it. Not doing anything with it just yet. Markets are pulling in pretty good right here. Nice big red bar. So when we get under this pre-market low, it's like 389, 390 where it's at right here. So yeah, keep an eye on these markets. Looking pretty weak right now. Looking pretty weak. Looking at Honeywell under 184. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What's the volume like? It's a little bit thin on volume. It's got a little bit of a spread there, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad under this area. Does have some support right at like 184-ish. So yeah, you can keep an eye on the Honeywell. Throw it on my backup list there. ATVI is moving up right here. So still no reason to hop into this stuff early. We are only 14 minutes into the day. We got another minute, and then we'll get these PMI numbers coming out. We'll see if that shakes up the market at all. As I'm still liking this Intel and Facebook long. Still like both of these ideas. Facebook more than Intel. Facebook over 208. Has a lot of room left. So looking at net, check this one out for you real fast. Short, yep, short, 58. So definitely in a downtrend, definitely got room to drop. Stop loss at 64. So yeah, their stop's in a good spot above this area of support or resistance. I mean, yeah. And then target of 47. Yeah, so not bad. Got a little bit of support right here. So let's check out this market, guys. Is it doing anything? Do anything on the SPY? Not really. Kind of putting in a bottoming tail right at 390. So no crazy move on that news. So that's good. Bouncing a little bit though. Guys, watch the Intel. This thing has about half its range left. You could probably get in with the 34-cent stop, but this is not a clean pattern by any means. So stay patient with it, but definitely watch it. AAL doesn't look that good. Like I said, I'd like to see it under the pre-market lows here. Guys, BAC though, 2650. It'd be high today by or low today by high today on BAC. You know, I'm thinking about getting into this thing. Citigroup's down quite a bit. All right, guys, I'm watching BAC. I'm not getting in there just yet, mainly because I think these markets could bounce right at this 390 area. Let's see if BAC stays weak. It's kind of going down here some more, so we'll see if we can get a better entry on that. Still has some good range left, so I'm not worried about missing it. Citigroup's a lot weaker too. Honestly, I'd rather get into Citigroup on like a sell setup or something. Into Citigroup, 4250. Oh. So yeah, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Broke down below that area, but just kind of peekabooed below 390, so didn't really hold it too well. Man, we got some junk here. This is, I mean, it's not a clear void down. Once we get below this 390 area, we got quite a bit of junk, 389 to 388. So we're not in that clear void just yet. Citigroup's down still. Citigroup looks pretty good, guys. This is probably my top watch. Citigroup's probably my top watch. Ooh. Ooh, felt like I was going to sneeze, but it just went away. All right. Still got my eye on Intel. Meta's showing some relative strength still, so I do like that Facebook. AAL needs to do a little more work, but I do like this thing as well. PAC is off to a decent start. It would have been about a 50 or 30-cent stop, so you're only down about 7 cents. So nothing to write home about. Whatever. Man, Citigroup is weak. Netflix pulling in a little bit. It's kind of what you want to see on Netflix. You can watch this one still. It's got good strength. All right. All right, so no trades just yet. About 20 minutes into the day. Still got quite a bit of time here, so no need to rush into these things. Yeah, I really do like where Intel stopped though. Just got above this pivot right here at 29.30, so keep an eye on it over high today. The way this market's going though, I'd like to get a short idea. We'll see if we can't get some sort of balance, maybe like a sell setup on this thing. Come up here, get in, like right here. Just ride it the rest of the way down. Kind of what I'm looking for on the Citigroup. BAC. This one's probably more of a breakout style. This is going to be a kind of a tight buy setup or sell setup, whatever. AAL needs to break down. I mean, I will consider getting in under this area, but I need to see some actual bars close down here. I don't like to see all these tails. Intel's not looking too bad. Not gonna lie. Intel is not looking too bad. Oh man, I'm yawning. Need some more coffee. Looking at BFH short 2750. This is an oil stock. I don't know. This is bank, so even better short idea. So 2750 stop loss at 3066. This one's a little bit tighter on the stop loss. You might want to give it a little more room above this consolidation right here. And this one again, you're down a little bit. You're already down a little bit, so 2250. Yeah, stop loss. I mean, target's in the right area, but especially if you're already in the BAC. This is like same sector, same. I mean, they're pretty similar trades, so if one of them stops out, they're probably both going to stop out. So just be mindful of that whenever you're trading stocks in the same sector. Is NEP in that too? No, NEP is a different sector, so yeah, you should be good there. But been a little bounce in the market. Here's Intel popping up a little bit. Tempted to get in like a high of the day, 34 cents. Keep an eye on that Intel. Keep an eye on it. Looking pretty solid so far. Facebook as well, guys. Facebook actually, it's just putting a little buy setup right there. About $1.50 on the stop. I don't like that it's under that resistance. I mean, that was not a terrible buy setup. ATVI still moving on up. This thing, yeah, it's a little bit of a range concern now. So if you did like it, it would have been maybe a 50-cent stop if you're aggressive. You would be up just over 1R. So, yeah, there's Intel popping as well. Market's bouncing right at support. We'll bounce in those short ideas as well here, guys. So hopefully Intel doesn't go too much higher right here. All right. Yeah, 29. This is exactly where we need this thing to stop at. So 34-cent stop. Yeah, watching Intel. It's like a hair or something on my finger. Jeez, it's bothering the hell out of me. All right. So yeah, we need some rest on Intel. I will definitely be considering getting in over high day here. So watch that. It's top watch. Markets are bouncing a little bit, at some support. So we could definitely see high of the day on this SPY and the Qs here soon. Definitely see that high of the day. Honestly, this is exactly what I want Intel to do. So I'm gonna get an order ready on this. It's gonna be, is it 29.39 by 29.05? 29.05 stop limit. We're gonna need out of this 30 and some change. All right. Give that thing a few dollars, a few cents there. Need 30.07. Yeah, I'm gonna tighten the stop up a little bit, honestly. Try to get out before that whole number. $29.09. What is this? Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do here. So Intel 29.39 by 29.09. Got a 20-cent stop. or 30-cent stop, my bad. 30-cent stop, so we're gonna need 60 out of it. So just under that whole number of 30 bucks. So orders in there on Intel. 2939 by 2909, and we are in there like swimwear. All right, so 2969 is break even on Intel. Just triggered in there on the breakout, 5-minute breakout, daily buy setup, hourly breakout. So there's that. Now I'm probably gonna be looking to get a short idea just to even out just to keep a nice balance here. This BAC and Citigroup both viable for short ideas. So keep those on deck. Still do like Facebook over high today as well. Watch this. BAC. Yeah, you can definitely watch BAC under this low today right here. About a 20-cent stop or so. Plenty of range left. Nice void. Not super extended. A little bit extended, but not terribly extended. And if it does put in another green bar up here, it looks even better for a sell setup. So would probably rather get the sell setup, but if it doesn't give me that, I am okay with taking the buy or breakout right there. So ooh, nice pop on Intel, good stuff. So already up a little over half an hour, or like right at half an hour. So good initial pop on Intel. AAL still looking choppy. Man, this thing, you might be able to go a low today by high today on this. 17-cent stop. Does 50 cents a day, so plenty of range. And the hourly and 15 look pretty good. I don't really like the pre-market on the 5, this little bit of junk right here, but I don't think that should be a reason to hold us off. I mean, there's not a ton of volume in these bars, so looking at these charts, it's like, yeah, there's void down there, no doubt. So BAC looking good. We don't have any more news, do we? Oh no, we're good. We're good on the news, so we don't have to worry about that at all. Still like these banks short. I do. I like the banks short. Market's kind of struggling near high today. Looks like we may get another move lower. See on this 1-minute chart, we're kind of extended up here, so we need some sort of correction. Is it still just going nuts? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take this. You might be able to argue to get in there. That's a $4 stop. That's as tight as the stop as you're going to want to give this thing. And I mean, it's up almost 1 hour, but yeah, looking good. Had a nice weekly buy setup. See, came up, pulled back pretty smooth, got in right over that area, got a $30 stop. You're up half an hour. High of this pivot would have been 2 hours, so doing a good job on that weekly chart. It's been beast mode, no doubt. Now it's getting back up into this area where it's a little bit thin. Air's a little thin up here. Ooh. Getting a little bit of this gap fill resistance maybe. You got this 50 period moving average, so yeah, Netflix could be a minute. Netflix puts a smooth pullback to like 320, 315-ish. Might consider getting into that for a swing idea. Keep an eye on it for next week's swing watch list. And there's Intel looking good, up almost 1 hour. Need another dime or so for 1 hour. So we're up 2/3 of an hour right now. SPY's at high of the day. So Facebook is now showing a little bit of weakness. It's a little bit choppy. ALs. Moving up, guys, BAC and Citigroup. Actually, I like Citigroup more. I do. Which one's doing more volume? BAC is doing a lot more volume. But, man, Citigroup is a lot weaker. Yeah, I'm going with the relative weakness whenever it comes to these two. So I'm thinking like a 50-cent stop. Where does that put us? Might be able to tighten that up a little bit. 42.40. So you need, yeah, probably give it like 42.90. All right, guys, watching this Citigroup for a sell setup. Citigroup sell setup. It's going to need another 3 or 4 minutes. So not rushing into this thing just yet. It's going to be like a 42.39, 42.82. So right at low of the day for the first target. Second target about 41.60. So I'm gonna get an order ready here. 42.39 by 42.82. Short. About 41.50 is the target there. Definitely got room to get down there. Market's looking like they're pulling in a little bit. 3 bars up. So we're not rushing into this thing. The 5 minutes still needs needs about another minute and a half before this bar completes. But if we just kind of chop around up here, don't get back above that VWAP, I'm going to be in this thing. All the way down to like 42.30, really. I'll give it another 10 cents. This thing has room to drop. Done 87 cents, so we got, what was that? 10, 30, about 40 cents of range left. So yeah, it's already going down a little bit more. Come on, don't do too much. I need it to stop here. Come on now. Don't do that. Man, it's going down a little too much too fast. Really wanted to rest there. I'll still consider a BAC under low of the day as well, though. About a 27-cent stop on that one. So yeah, we're still watching these two, but not going for the buy set or the sell setup on Citigroup any longer. Not going to get that sell setup. Probably leaning towards the BAC breakdown. 26.40 by 26.66. I'm gonna get this order ready here. 26.40, 26.66. 26-cent stop, so we're gonna need like 25.80 something, 25.90. All right. Give this thing a few cents. All right. All right. So, not putting this order in just quite yet on BAC. Markets are still at high of the day here. Intel's still looking pretty solid. This is a 26 cents, so break even's just above the whole number. Yeah. I'm watching BAC like a hawk, man. Got my order ready, just haven't entered it just yet. I want to see what this market's up to. The market's made a move up. SPY's at high of the day or near high of the day. Qs are kind of chopping around up there. I want to see a little bit more weakness out of these things. Watching Microsoft. I really don't want to lose it. I'll look at Microsoft over here actually. Oops. I have to add it to the list. I can't use my thumbnail watch list. So Microsoft is moving up. A little bit of junk though. Looks like it's having an inside day right now. So I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, right now I'm watching BAC and Citigroup. I'm watching the BAC and the Citigroup. And Citigroup, yeah, no. All right. ATVI is putting in a buy setup as well. You can watch that thing. Keep an eye on ATVI long. Facebook's not looking so hot anymore. Really, really just chopping around. So, oh, shit. Put in some topping tails. All right, so I am going to put my order in on BAC. Orders in there. BAC 26.65. 26.6. Order is in there on BAC. Hasn't triggered just yet, and I will cancel it if it gets above this. Like, really, if it closes above VWAP, I'm probably going to cancel it. That's kind of the line in the sand on BAC that I'm looking at. This ATVI, this thing is kind of interesting. It is a range concern. There's no doubt about that. There's a range concern on ATVI. But 50-cent stop, you need high of the day for break even. This thing doesn't do a whole lot of big wide range days. I mean, it does do some pretty $2 days are not uncommon, especially whenever it's gapped up like this. So keep an eye on that ATVI. Watch it. I do have my order in on BAC still. Looking good there. Intel's pulling in a little bit. And really hasn't done anything wrong just yet. Let me check Microsoft on this screen here. Yeah, Microsoft's kind of having an inside day, so a little bit tough to take that here. What are the other fat man stocks doing? Amazon looks pretty weak. You can watch Amazon short potentially. Other than that, not a fan of much. BAC still hasn't triggered yet. Still not looking too bad. ATVI is a little bit tough here. So just the one trade on Intel for me right now, guys. Just the one trade on Intel. We are still in the green on that, up about a third of an R. So we went 2/3 of an R. Now we pull back a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more out of that thing. But here's ATVI 85.21. I probably want to go under VWAP, so maybe like a 45-cent stop. So yeah, break evens right at high of the day. How's it going, Farhad? How you doing today? It's Friday. It's Friday. Cheers, actually, man. You guys trying to make a little bit of money today? think I got a couple questions up my sleeve I can ask you guys. Let's see, there's ATVI breaking down a little bit more, so buy setup's getting a little bit more tough. Intel still hanging out, BAC still hanging out. We still haven't gotten above that VWAP and been able to hold on the BAC. Good day. It is a little bit bearish, no doubt. Gapping down. We're holding support pretty well though. I mean, we got this trend line support right here. We got this jump kind of from 389. So, man, this trend line has been nuts. Wait, what is going on? Why isn't the trend line where it's supposed to be? There it is. So I suppose we're not at that trend line support, but still, nonetheless, this trend line's crazy, man. Like the pivots we're just hitting, like bam, bam. Now we came down, bounced on it, bam. Like, man, these trend lines have been holding pretty well this past few years. Pretty well. I wonder why that was like that. That was weird. But nonetheless, we are at this area of support right here in the 390. So there's a lot of junk right here lately. It's been chopping around. Every time we got down here, it's just been a very choppy, indirectional spot. So now we're back at it, doing the same thing. Yeah. I mean, if we get back under low of the day, we got room to drop. So I would really like to see a move under low of the day. Watching JP Morgan Chase. Ooh, JPM does look good short, actually. JPM low-key looks a little bit better. Well, then it's right at this 200 period moving average, so that kind of acts like a magnet generally. But honestly, the JPM looks pretty good. Looking better than BAC. BAC's moving on up, so I might be canceling BAC and I might replace it with the JPM. Yeah, because JPM is not showing the relative strength that BAC is. Yeah, 123.78. What was that? It's about a dollar stop, 96 cent stop. So you definitely have room to drop on that. You need $2. So about down to like 122-ish. Yeah, I kind of like that. I guess not a ton of room. It's already done $2. Average day is 3. So, all right, so we're gonna cancel BAC. Cancel BAC. Still watching the Citigroup right here. Kind of not as much. I think JPM is my top short idea. JPM is the top short idea. 123.78. 124.74. So yeah, it would be like a dollar stop here. And keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on that JPM. Again, it's kind of going to depend on what these markets do. Right now, we just made a new high on the SPY. So it's been holding the VWAP ever since we had this wide range green bar. So we'll see about it. I am thinking about getting an order ready for this JPM though. This is 1 minute looking. 1 minute's kind of putting in a double bottom. It's putting on a lower high though, so yeah, keep an eye on the JPM. 123.78. Was this 124.74? At 96 cent stops, we're gonna need like 122 change. All right. Yeah, definitely looking the weakest out of the banking stocks. Well, got everything from my list on there, all the moving averages. Got below this moving average, wide range bar, position of power. All right. Just in a little bit of room. Hold on, did I have the position size right? Okay, yeah. All right. So the market's looking like they're moving lower. So yeah, I got that order in on JPM. 123.78 by 124.74. All right, there it is. JPM. It's like Wells Fargo doing. What's this thing up to? Kind of the same stuff. A little bit sloppier. So volume. I didn't even check volume on JPM. The volume's pretty good. Good stuff there. All right. Let me check my backup list right here. Actually, I didn't even have any backups on the long side. All my backups were, all my ideas were out there. It's already exceeded its range. It's already at support, so probably not. Let's check these backup short ideas. Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo doesn't look too bad, but I've already got the JPM in there, and I think that one looks a little bit better. This ABT moved up. PayPal moved up. Oxy's kind of sloppy. Cliff, nothing. Not a whole lot on the short side here. My backup ideas, at least. Peton hanging out. Halliburton moving up a little bit. Citigroup. All right. So yeah, not doing much right now. We got the one position on. Man, AAL actually looks good lower. Guys, watch AAL. AAL lower. Watch it. You got a 1346. Actually, it'd be high of the day by low, or low of the day by high of the day is what it would have been. Didn't really give you a rest area, so that thing still has pretty good range too, guys. Keep an eye on this AAL lower. Markets are kind of dropping right here, so getting under that VWAP for the first time in about 20 minutes or so. What's the JPM doing? JPM still kind of hanging out, hasn't triggered just yet. Citigroup still looking lower. So I want JPM to not put in a tail under 124. Really want this thing to close down here. Intel still chopping around. Hasn't done anything too bad just yet. Not looking too bad. And thanks for the follow. Follow you right back in a minute. And Intel is a little bit extended on this 15 minute. I'm not gonna lie, this is the biggest concern with this thing is This 15-minute is up quite a few bars in a row. 4, 5, 6, 7 bars. So we do have some good support right here at the VWAP in this 2930 area, but we are a little bit extended. My bad. Casey, look at GH for you here. All right, GH. Short at 23. So you just got in here a little bit ago. Or actually, have you got in yet? Nope, not in there just yet. Stop loss at 27.70. So stop loss up in this area. Not a bad stop loss. You could probably give it a little bit more room above that pivot, but at least you have the moving averages and a few red bars there. And then a target of 18. Yeah, the target's in a good spot. It has a nice void lower, so you're already in that void there. So, I mean, it is making lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high. So this could be a lower low, so it could just peekaboo you out with that stop loss. It just comes up here, puts a lower high, and then keeps going. So yeah, that could happen. So be careful with that. But definitely another good trending stock. This is health services. So yeah, pretty solid. It is, what is this, like an all-time low as well. So yeah, might be in that early, very, very early stage one if it puts in a higher low or a higher high right here. So but yeah, definitely looks lower at the moment. So markets are kind of pulling in right here a little bit. It's really just a choppy morning so far, honestly. Move down, move back up, move down. Really just a choppy morning. There's JPM looking like we may get triggered into this soon. Might be getting into JPM here in a minute. Intel putting it on a little red bar right here. Again, this really is not a concern so far, guys. Like a little bit of a correction right here, not a concern. Now, if we get under this little area like 29.30, 29.25-ish, then you start to be concerned. All right, I still want to watch this AAL as well. Looking pretty solid. BAC's hanging out. New Citigroup. Oh man, tired this morning. JPN looking like it's gonna trigger us in soon, y'all. 1 penny away from triggering our order, so we'll see. We shall see. You guys want to do a little bit of Friday cheers? Play a little bit of Jeopardy, make a little bit of money. Let's see what I got for you guys. Bam, bam. I should play the Jeopardy song. Should I? No, I'm not gonna do that. You guys know what the Jeopardy song sounds. I can't even think of it off the top of my head, honestly. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea what that Jeopardy tune is, but I know there is one. I know there is a Jeopardy song. So, what do you guys want? What section do you want? Indicators, statistics. Now I think we did statistics last week. Let's do indicators. Does that work for you guys? You guys want to talk about some indicators? Man, look at that. Just almost triggered us in, just not quite. So this is looking even juicier now. As long as we don't get back above 124.50, looks really juicy. So, all right. Let's do some indicators. So I'm going to throw up, this is Jeopardy, all right, you guys? So I'm going to throw up the answer. You guys, or I'm going to throw up the answer. You guys give me the question. We're talking about indicators. Indicators. Wait, let me check one thing. All right, that's what I thought. Here is the question. Bam. Friday Cheers question number 1. This indicator is the same on all time frames, and it can be a powerful area of support and resistance. Same on all. I want to add a little bit of a hint here. It's the same on all time frames as long as it's anchored in the same spot. It needs to be anchored in the same spot, but otherwise it is the same on all time frames. VWAP. Boom. Green Gons got it. There we go. VWAP. Do any of you guys use VWAP? Honestly, it's my favorite moving average. I mean, it's not really moving average, I suppose, but VWAP is, I mean, this thing usually is a pretty solid area of support or resistance. Whether a stock is able to hold VWAP or not is a big determinant of the direction and stuff. Man, what just happened on JPN? Whoa. Whoa. Big, massive volume spike. Boy, am I glad we didn't get triggered into that. That would have got us out with some slippage, no doubt about it. Wow. So I'm leaving that order, even though it broke the stop loss, I'm leaving that order in just because it just flashed. You guys can see here, it's been holding the VWAP, what we were just talking about. 1 minute VWAP is the same as the 5 minute VWAP, same as the 15-minute VWAP. So, yeah, it's going to be a powerful area. If you close above this VWAP, it kind of changes the trend a little bit. So, yeah, I'm leaving that order in for now. I'm not touching that. I just was a weird flash above that area, so we're going to hold off on it for the moment, but a little bit less hot to trot on JPN, that's for sure. ATVI all the way back down. Oh, look at Intel with a nice. That's the correction we wanted on Intel. Just a nice, easy pullback. Test that VWAP right back up. Man, JPM was the only bank stock that really had that weird flash, so it was odd. Stop. I'm not really liking a whole lot here, guys. I might be canceling JPM soon as well. I mean, market's just. This has been an ugly market. I'm not gonna lie. We've been chopping around today, man. Just chopping around, but yeah. And it's already 9:32. I didn't even realize. So I'm gonna be hopping off here in a little bit. I'll give you another one or two Friday cheers questions. So we'll give you guys an easy one. This is a pretty popular indicator used by quite a few people. See if you can't get someone other than Green on to give me an answer here. Bam. There's Friday Cheers question number 2. You guys give me that's the answer. You guys give me the question and you will get 100 cheers. 100 coins. Cheers, whatever it is. They're coming to your bank account if you can give me the answer to that. And JPM's still holding. It looks. I'm probably going to cancel this thing, actually. Yeah, it's not looking too hot. So I'm probably going to cancel JPM. Market looks like it's holding that support. Holding support. It's put in a higher low, higher high. So we're in a little bit of an uptrend right now, no doubt about it. Minor uptrend on the SPY and the Qs. All right, so I'm gonna cancel JPM, guys. This is now broke my stop loss not once but twice, so that's a cancel. Cancel JPM. There we go. It's a Friday cheers. Remember, 100 coins for the answer right there. 100 coins. And you get enough of them coins, you might be able to get a free TradingView subscription. Who knows? All right, for trading purposes, guys, I don't see much else. SPYs, like I said, it's in a sloppy uptrend. Qs are not in enough. Qs are just freaking sideways, dude. Like equal highs, pretty much equal lows. This is an absolute sideways trend on the Qs. Let's check some of these other markets. What's the VIX up to today? So the VIX moved up a little bit, pulling in. The IWM is making a move higher. Dow, DIA, moving up a little bit. Would you take profit on Intel? It was, I think it was like $29.99. It was, yeah, $29.99, right up there, right before the whole number. So yeah, it was a 30 cent stop, 29.09 or 29.39 by 29.09. So 30 cent stop. So I need 2 R's, 60 cents. So bam, green and gone with another answer. What is relative strength index, otherwise known as RSI? Do any of you guys use RSI? The old reliable relative strength index. Right here. It says over 70, it says overbought, under 30 is oversold. Man, we are right smack dab in the middle of it. Just chopping around. This market could go any direction at the moment. We could break higher, we could break lower. Yeah. RSI. There it is. There's your RSI. And there's your coins, green and going. Bam. Coins are sent. Alright. There we go. That does it for another edition of Friday Cheers, man. Hey, thanks for the follow, my man, Q Dot. If you got any questions, if I see a little bit of enthusiasm out of you guys, I might throw in one more Friday Cheers question. I'm only going to be on here for another couple minutes. So I'll be on for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to call it a day. I do still have 100 coins in the account, in case you guys want another question. But we need someone other than Green Gone to give me an answer. All right. So, yeah, so for my trading purposes, just the one trade on Intel right now. We are up about 2/3 of an R. Full exposure still. Break even is going to be at 29.69. I don't see any other trades that I like. I haven't seen any trades that I felt like I've missed today. I felt like I did a pretty good job navigating these choppy markets. BAC looks higher at this point. But yeah, pretty solid into the week, I believe. So yeah, don't really like anything right here. So it's gonna be taking that one trade on Intel today. We'll see if it can get it going over 29.60. Maybe get a breakout here up to $30. But for all intents and purposes, not a terrible week. We're gonna get that a little bit better under control coming into next week. So unless you guys have any last minute questions, comments, concerns, I'm going to call it a week. We'll start this weekend. Not really. I got quite a bit of work to do, but I'm going to start thinking about the weekend. So, all right, looks like you guys are good to go. So, appreciate everybody tuning into the stream today. Again, I will be back here live on Monday, 5 minutes before the market opens. Live every morning, the market is open. So, come stop in, say what's up, get some stocks looked at, get some ideas for trading, and give me some ideas for trading too, man. I always appreciate that. That was a good. I mean, it was a good idea on JPN until it wasn't. And honestly, it still does look lower under that area, but yeah. With that, calling it a day. So thanks, you guys. I will see you back here on Monday morning. Take care.